Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merch Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, and in today's video we'll be going to be talking about the top 5 ways to get a business bank account in 2021. Always remember, here at PDQ Merch Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Don't forget to register down below for our ATM A to Z Masterclass and start your ATM journey today. The top 5 ways to get an ATM business bank account in 2021. Way number 1, we've been finding out more and more the best way to get a business bank account is to have a letter from your ISO. This letter will ensure you to help you get this ATM business bank account set up, and it'll make the process real easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what this ATM ISO letter is at the end of the video, but this will always help you guys get this business bank account, and it'll ensure your chances 1000% more. Point number 2, have your corporation papers when you come into the bank. Now, a lot of people ask me all the time, Phil, do I really need to set up a corporation? Can I just do it with a DBA? Can I just do it with my name? Yes, it can be done, but it makes it really hard, and especially in today's society with the bank scrutiny and all the KYC stuff, which means know your customer, they want to make sure that they're doing business with a legitimate business owner such as yourself. So the way we ensure this is we set up a corporation before we sit down with the bank. Now, in my case, I'm always pro set up an S Corp. A lot of people say set up an LLC. Either which way, LLC or S Corp, you need to have your corporation set up to sit down with the bank. This will ensure you to have a better result when trying to get a bank account. A lot of times the banks, they don't want to open these accounts up, especially some of the big banks, the Bank of America's, the Chase, Wells Fargo. Great banks, phenomenal banks. If you need a car loan, house loan, or other lending, they're just not really pro ATM. They don't want to deal with the ATM business as a whole. Doesn't mean they're bad banks. It just means that they're not the banks that we need to deal with right now when we're trying to open up a business bank account. So stay away from those banks, but always remember to have your corporation papers. This will help you and give you the best chance to get into the ATM business, because the first thing you're going to need is a business bank account. Point number 3, location agreement. A lot of times the banks are asking for a location agreement. They want to know, hey, where do you have your ATM? We don't want to do business unless you have an ATM on the street. Now, here, this poses a problem. Wait, Phil, how do you're telling me I got to get a business bank account? That's number 1, but then the bank is telling me I need to have a location agreement all set up before I get my bank account? How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to get a location unless I have the bank account? And how do I get the bank account unless I get the location? I don't understand. This is what the banks are starting to ask. They want to make sure that you're already in the ATM business before they go into this venture with you. So a lot of times they already want to see that you already have a location agreement signed and ready to go prior to getting your bank account set up with the bank. Number 4, have a relationship with the bank. A lot of times the best way to get a business bank account is to already have a relationship. If you already have a car loan with them, or a house loan with them, or a previous loan, that usually ensures you a better opportunity, a better chance to have a business relationship to set that ATM business account up with this bank. So if you're thinking about getting an ATM business and you need a car, go borrow from a bank, and then you know what? Then the next time you're like, okay, I'm ready to get an ATM business. Maybe it's 4 or 5 months down the line. Now you already have a relationship. It was at a different venue because you got a car loan with them. Now you might think, oh, where do I get, if I get a car loan, sometimes it's cheaper over here if I deal with the car dealership. You know what? It might be cheaper, but you're better off lending money from a bank that you're going to want to do business with later on down the line. Gives you leverage, helps you out in the game. Also, when you get into ATM business, you know what? Always remember to bring them business, because it helps you keep that relationship going with that bank. So you need to borrow some money because of something else. Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe you're going to remortgage your house. Check with your local bank first, because those guys are the ones that are going to keep you in the business the longest. And you know what? They'll think twice if they ever think about shutting your bank account out, which banks do from time to time. You know what? This will keep you in the game. So always remember to cultivate that relationship by bringing other business to them to keep you in the game. Point number 5, MSB. What's an MSB? Money service business. A lot of times when you go to open up an account, the banks will say, oh, you're an MSB, you're dealing with money. You know what? We're not interested. That's not what we do. So do your education before. Go to Google. Google what an MSB is. You can show them, you know what? I'm in an ATM business. I'm not an MSB, money service business. So therefore, we don't qualify to be disqualified from you doing business with Mr. Banker. So a lot of times you're dealing with a junior person who's just opening up accounts. Maybe they were a teller line, then now they got into a little more customer service. They don't understand what the ATM business. It's not every day that somebody comes to them and says, I want to get in an ATM business. I want to open up a bank account. So educate. You're going to educate them in case, have that in your folder. Say, no, I'm not an MSB. It sounds like we are, but we're not. This is the definition. And so you're educating them. Then they will have to take that upstairs, maybe to a senior level person, say, yep, you're right, they're not an MSB. But just have your ducks in a row and have that literature right there so you can show that person so you don't get disqualified right out of the gate. Now, we're going to go back to the point number 1 that we talked about. The best way to do it is to have an ISO letter. Phil, what's an ISO letter? We're an ISO. PDQ Merchant Enterprises is an ISO. All right? And so what we do is we register with Visa, MasterCard, Cirrus, Nice Pulse, and a sponsor bank. Now, our bank wants us to have with every ATM a processing agreement. That's an agreement between us and you that says we're going to process your transactions. The banks have been asking more and more for this type of letter. So we can help facilitate those letters for you guys just so you can open up that bank account. So we've been doing this a lot. So you're saying, hey, I want to get in a business bill, but I got to get a business bank account. We've been facilitating that, helping you in giving you that ISO letter that now you can present to your bank that also helps you get a business bank account. I don't know why they've been asking for this, but they've been asking this. I think they really want to make sure that you're a legitimate business owner. And since we're vetted and now we're vetting you, this helps to ensure that the bank knows that, you know what, I'm dealing with a legitimate business owner, they're a legitimate ATM owner, and they're dealing with the legitimate ISO. So just to help you guys out, what we've been able to do is provide these processing agreements for you to help you guys get in the game and get that business bank account. So hope those tips are helpful. Thank you guys very much for liking, subscribing our YouTube channel, and comment down below any and all questions that you guys have. And don't forget to register for our ATM A to Z Masterclass and the link below to help you start your ATM journey today. Thank you guys very much.